Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert Adam Duran answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, everybody. Today, we have a special edition of Local SEO in 10. No Jamie today. Yay! No, today, actually, we have a guest. I have today my friend Michael Liebowitz. He's the CEO of Magnetic Mind Studio in Northern California, and he's an expert in behavioral neurology. So he has deep insights into how businesses can communicate in a way that gets customers saying yes. Hello, Michael.
Hey, Adam. Good to be here with you.
How's everything going with you?
Everything's great. And tell Jamie I said hi.
Jamie is off on a vacation.
Oh, good for him.
Much deserved vacation.
Yeah, he works hard.
Yeah, he does. All right. So, Michael,
yes.
Today, what do you want to? I know we've talked a lot. So, what do you want to talk about today?
We're talking about differentiation, the big bugaboo of almost every single company out there. How the heck do we differentiate ourselves in the marketplace?
And definitely, let's focus on the online part of that.
Yes.
So not the in-store.
This is universal.
Okay.
Remember, behavioral neurology. This is fundamental of how human beings perceive the world. So this is online, offline, in space, on a different planet, everywhere.
All right. I just wanted to frame it.
Yes. Oh, good framing on that.
I'm trying to frame our conversation. So,
yes.
For local business owners, what's the first step to differentiation?
Okay. So the first step, it's more of like, here's how I want your audience to perceive what makes them different. And there are several ways to do this. Okay. Mm-hmm. So just pure tactically, because I know this is a very tactical advice type of program you got here. Mm-hmm. Number one, here's a do not differentiate into a feature. Okay. We're the fastest, we're the this, we're the that. Here's why. The second your competition, you've got a lot of competition. The second someone else says, oh, we're fast as well, your differentiation is done, right? Mm-hmm. There's a local plumber that calls themselves the punctual plumber, and they got it like all over their vans. And it's a punctual plumber. Well, the second someone else comes around and says, we're the always on time plumber.
Hey,
right? The differentiation just disappeared immediately. Yeah. So there are at least two extraordinarily effective ways to differentiate. One your audience probably is familiar with. One they're definitely not. Here's the one they're already familiar with. Is everyone talks about a niche, right?
Okay.
Niche is actually a way of differentiating. It works on the brain in so many other levels, but we're going to talk about differentiating. I want to give you a story of a colleague of mine about a niche.
Okay.
He did, surprise, surprise, internet marketing. You're familiar with that.
Yes.
And when you are in the field of internet marketing, your competition is, generally speaking, the entire planet, right?
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah, it's every country, everywhere. It doesn't matter. He didn't find success in internet marketing until he niched all the way down to internet marketing for music schools.
Ugh.
Now, why music schools? Well, he's a musician, and he used to own a music school long ago, right? Okay. So he understands those people, that culture, that whatever. Now, the skills of internet marketing are the same whether you're doing it for a music school or anyone else, right?
Definitely.
But he was able to signal, I'm the internet marketing professional for music schools. What's happening in the brain is the audience, specifically people who run music schools, say to themselves, oh, he's like me, like kind. You've seen me give my presentation about how perception of are you like me is so powerful in the brain.
Right. Yeah.
Basically, it's a lighthouse saying, I'm just for you. And his business took off. Basically, he captured every music school across the country, and apparently there are a lot of them. Mm-hmm. And his business just escalated from there. He was able to quit his second job and just support himself on his love of doing the internet marketing for music schools. So niching down into a specific need state or client description is a great way to differentiate. That's how he differentiated from every other internet marketing company. So
Wow.
niching down
Okay.
is great. Now, make it a niche that you love. Don't just pick like, I guess wealth managers have a lot of money, so I'm going to niche into them, right?
Woo! Oh,
No, that's not what you should do. Find something you resonate with, because niching down into a category like that will not work unless you understand that culture.
got it. So so let me see. I'm going to take this out of the internet marketing space.
Yes.
Just because,
Okay.
yeah.
Go
So
for it.
if I'm a dentist, for
Yes.
example, then
Mhm.
what's your recommendation for a dentist to niche down?
Okay. That gets to the other part of differentiation
Okay.
that most people don't know. And this is, you can actually, and this is the most effective kind of differentiation, you can differentiate into a belief. I know it's strange, right? But here's how all human beings work. All businesses are aspects of self. Okay, they are reflections of the people who run them. There's no way around this. There's of all the gajillion ways you can make money in the world, there is a reason you chose this one. Okay, and the reason is based in a belief that you hold to be true about the world, about yourself, whatever that is. And in the work I do, we uncover that.
Okay.
And turn that into messaging. Now, in the case of the dentist, there's a reason why this person decided to go into dentistry, right? I believe X, Y, and Z, whatever that is.
Right.
You can actually turn that into a message that differentiates you in the mind of your audience. It's not differentiated on a feature or a niche. Here's how that works. Our brains are wired to, like I said before, we want to look for people who are like ourselves. And the primary thing that we're looking for to determine, are you like me, is, do you believe the same thing I do? And all the biggest, best, well-known brands on the planet understand this. Apple understands it. Nike understands it. And they've even gotten it down to a 3-word or 2-word tagline that expresses a belief, right? Just do it is a belief. Think different is a belief. And it signals to the people who share that same belief, we're like you.
We're thinking differently.
Yeah, well,
So
exactly.
crazy.
I'm the kind of person who thinks differently. Oh, Apple is my gig, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
No, that's crazy.
So it's all about how your own perception of your own identity.
Right.
Identities are just beliefs that start with the word I am. So when you go out there, when this dentist can say, come to blah, 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 Joe Smith Dentistry, we believe in whatever that is, right? And you don't have to say we believe, but you have to have an expression of belief. Suddenly, you're not a dentist. You are about the belief. And if I, as someone who's online searching for dentists, and I come across that website and tells me what they believe is true about themselves, about the world, however it relates to that business that they brought into the business, they become about that belief. And I want to give you an example.
I was going to say.
Yeah, I want to give you an example.
Give me
Not
an
of
example.
a dentist,
Sure.
but
Okay.
of a company that I worked with many years ago. They make cooking gadgets.
Okay.
Now you'd think their message would be, hey, buy our stuff. It'll do these things, right? And that's exactly what they were doing.
Okay.
But sales weren't so great. And all this, also their competition was doing the exact same thing. So we discovered their core belief in the business. Ready for this? It's fun to show off. Literally, it's fun to show off. Your belief, number one, does not have to be profound. It just has to be true.
Okay.
And it doesn't even have to be say anything about the actual core, what you offer. For them, the belief is it's fun to show off. The CEO loved that moment when he hosts a dinner party where everyone says, oh my God, I can't believe you made this. This is amazing. Right? That's the core belief that was why he got into this business. He didn't know it at the time, but I pulled it out of him. That turned into a message. Hey, do you want to be the star of the dinner party? So now, instead of saying, hey, buy our stuff, it does X, Y, and Z, they're saying, hey, do you want to be the star of the dinner party? And anyone who sees themselves, has a belief of themselves of, oh, I want to be the star of the dinner party. Then he's saying, well, here we have all these gadgets and things that will help you be the star of the dinner party. And so now he
the
niched
messaging,
into a belief,
right?
and now sales are growing like 10% compounded. So yeah,
Home run.
home run. Loved it.
Wow. So on Local SEO in 10, we always talk about the two audiences that you have to speak to.
Yes.
One audience definitely is Google, because you need to have
Mhm.
Google show your site and your business to
Yes.
people who need it. But then the other audience is humans. So that's
Yeah.
what you do, right?
Yes.
You speak to.
I speak human.
You speak human. I have a hard time speaking human at times. But that's why it's super important. I know when new clients come to us, they're almost always they have a form of speaking to human on their site. Google is not so good, so we bring that Google side up. But that to forget about that the human side.
Yeah, the human
a good
side
idea.
is so important. It's what I do essentially. Is my goal for all of my clients is I get them communicating effectively, right? Through being deliberate and intentional with how they're communicating. And it just becomes so much more effective, because think about all the moments in your life that are just about communication and understanding each other.
Mhm.
And if you think about any sale, it's really just about coming to an agreement on the value of something. That's communication.
I have this image of a giant funnel. So the Google funnel, and then your messaging even narrows that funnel down even more to the actual dream client.
Yes.
For that business.
Exactly.
So that's very powerful, because I know with what we do, we're getting everyone. We're not just getting that dream client. We're getting we're getting noticed by everyone. And I definitely have had clients say, it's awesome that our phones are ringing, but we want that one specific kind of client.
Right.
And I'm like, well, then you got to change your messaging, right?
I worked with a plumber out of Arizona, and their website, the way it was, like the entirety of the website, not specifically, but the kind of identity the website was communicating, was attracting a certain type of client with really small plumbing needs, like leaks and clogged drains. And they were lovely people, but this is not the kind of jobs these plumbers wanted to work on. What they wanted to work on, the big infrastructure, meaty stuff.
Oh yeah.
Right. And so we dug into their belief, which was all about, hey, we believe in craftsmanship and the belief that things should be built right. And we changed the website. Now, I don't do websites, but I advise. So we changed the language on the website. By the way, everyone, the language on your website is the most important piece of the website, even more important than the pictures or anything else.
Awesome.
And so we communicated in a different way. We came up with the communication, and it showed a pipe in a wall, and it says, "This is a perfect weld. You will never see it, but we put it in your wall anyway."
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or actually, this is a perfect weld. It will last for decades. You will never see it, but we put it in your wall anyway. And it communicated differently than what they had before, which was like, "Hey, we're family-owned plumbers," and it showed a picture of a mom and a child in the bath, kids in the bathtub, and they're looking sweetly at each other. It communicates differently. It communicates a different frame. So they're no longer getting those tiny, like, household jobs. Their customers are coming to the website, clicking on, like, I wonder if these are the right people for me. And they see this communication. And if they've got that big, meaty job, this kind of communication says, oh, I get what these people believe in.
Very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And it's like, that's what I want in my house.
Wow. Yeah. So, Michael, we're going to wrap it up there.
Okay.
I know we got tons more to talk about, but
oh my God, I am a wealth of knowledge. If y'all want to know about,
what do we do?
I have a monthly workshop.
Okay.
They can easily find it, register for the workshop on my website. In the workshop, you learn all about how our brains are wired to see communication in brand, how we're wired to receive and respond to what you're talking about with your audience. And then I work on the brand of every single person in the room as part of the workshop.
Nice.
You come away with a deep insight into how you should be communicating your specific business.
And what's your website?
It is, we'll skip the 3 W's, mindmagnetizer.com. I'm pretty sure you're going to be putting in the show notes.
Yes, definitely we will. Yeah. And any other things that you want to let people know about other than your workshop?
You know what? If you're brave, also on the website, you can just reach out for a phone call with me. Here's what happens on that phone call. We spend almost all the time talking about your business.
Okay.
Right? Just doing a quick assessment of how you're communicating. And just full disclosure, if at the end of that call it looks like we're a good fit together, I will invite you to be a client of mine. Mm-hmm. But there's zero pressure. I help people out, and if it looks like we're a good fit, we work together, and if not, we don't.
Awesome. Yeah. Same. That's what we do as well. Yeah. Nice. Okay, great. All right, we're going to wrap it up there. Thanks for taking a little time out of your day to listen to Local SEO in 10. And if you have a question for an upcoming episode, you can go to our website, or actually our Facebook page. It's Local SEO in 10. Send us a message through that platform. Or if you are wondering, hey, did they cover that already? You can go to our website, magnifiedmedia.net. Just click on the link to our podcast, and there's a little searchable icon there. You can go back and see. We've done tons and tons of episodes, probably upwards of 80 episodes now, probably even more. So chances are we've gotten to your question.
There's a lot of good stuff. I've listened to a lot of your episodes, Adam. It's lots of such good content.
You're very kind. Thank you. All right. See you next week, everybody. Thanks, Michael.
Thank you.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.